What it do with it, world reminds of now? The toothless wonder after short hiatus. I don't even remember how many days it been. It's like all the days just something going on with time. Like it's just weird, yo. You know what I'm saying? This is just a little social commentary. You know what I'm saying? Daily update. You know, it should be more on the humorous tip, right? Just on here talking. You know what I'm saying? So who I want to talk about first? So I just thought this was so tripping. And I always check myself to make sure that the calamity or the debacles of others don't bring me joy. But I do find it funny in the respect of how you can't fault Babylon for Babyloning, right? So it was yesterday because we got snowed in here in Maryland. So I ain't do nothing but hibernate like a baby bear, you know what I'm talking about? I ate more than I should have. You know what I'm saying? Basically just slept and ate, right? Fumble around on social media, see what's happening with it. So whereas though, I see the whole Fox Sports 1 network debacle, lawsuit, whatever you want to call it, where I guess the Joy Taylor woman was running around splacking her way to the top, you know what I'm saying, to get on the show. Supposedly, before all that, she was a bartender with no, you know, accreditation or any kind of experience in it. But, you know, she got jiggy on her way to the top. Okay. That, in and of itself, that don't surprise me. The funny part I found was, now they say allegedly that Skip got Shannon Sharp fired because the Fox News executive man that splacked the woman told him, I guess she didn't want, or however it worked out, that Shannon splacked her, which he didn't, and messed around and got him out the way. But supposedly Skip didn't want to splag her, figuring birds of a feather flock together. I think he wanted to get with her stylist and offered this woman $1.5 million for some loving, yo. Like my man Pimp C from UGK said, messing up the game, you get no love. See, this is where all this, and I've seen this time after time, where all this tricking, it come back to bite you in the hind part. I understand we're in a prostitute culture, and depending on how you look at it, that might be the best way to go in a dysfunctional society, because you darn sure, for the most part, can't find no wives. He himself, Skip, is married. You imagine he go home, this come out, and then he got to tell his wife, or she gonna ask him and grill him, you was gonna get this woman $1.5 million. Now she looking at you like old chimp. You know what I'm saying? Man, you done blew BMF out the water with the tricking, man. Now we're gonna see a whole bunch of rhetoric on the female side of things. You know what I'm saying? You wanna get with me, you better buy me a spaceship. This is insane, folks. That's why I say, yo, white folk need a real Negro advisor, you. Somebody, because they can do whatever they want, but somebody help rein them in, you know what I'm saying? Cuz, you ready to do what, bro? Come on, cuz. Man, you better off doing like Passport, bro. You know, take your vacation right off as a business expense and go over there with some security, pay for security, because they're going to drug you up and kidnap you and extort you and all that there. You know what I'm saying? But that might actually be safe. 1.5, cuz. He must want that joint bad, bro. I need the folk on TV. Granted, ain't nobody perfect, and I would love to believe, or like to believe, that we all probably got some skeletons in our claws or whatever the case may be. I'm so glad by the Most High, man. I done dealt with that, made amends, told everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's why, again, I don't fool with society like that. And honestly, from what I've seen, especially here recently, having been out the workforce for the most part, almost a decade, and then being inserted back into it in a place of so-say healing, man, the workplace is probably the most toxic environment. It's probably more toxic than the bar, because the bar ain't open but so much, and, you know, whatever the case may be, you probably spend more time at the job than you do at home. Everybody saying got a work wife, work husband, you know what I'm saying? 1 point, I just can't get over that number, though. Tell Shawty, I want that for 1.5. And he still ain't get it. Then they keep playing that clip of when him and Shannon Sharp got the argument. He was like, it's my turn now. It's my turn. All this is funny to me. I done crossed a new spiritual threshold where either I don't care or it's funny. You know what I'm saying? Even in respect to, like, my money making endeavor been snowed in a couple of days. Okay. I can't do nothing about it. I ain't trapping. You know what I'm saying? It should be a little better tomorrow. I done dug out here, but. And then I saw, excuse me. Then I saw, and I'd been seeing the interview of Umar, Dr. Umar, saying he opened school in a real life street style. And I saw him when he said this particular thing, and it made my spiritual alarm go off, right? But I listened to him, and then I meant to say something about it, but it skipped my mind. But then I saw somebody else on YouTube cover and brought it back to my remembrance, where he talked about when he's starting out in the game. I think he, in the school system in Philly, something like that. He started doing something. And then I think he got invited, or somehow he wound up over in Africa and went to the slave quarters at the port jump, right? Now, according to Umar, he say something whispered to him, something. I forgot exactly what he said to him, right? So they say, go to the hotel. They said the ancestors is talking to him. He trying to go sleep. He said the ancestors wouldn't let him sleep. They turned him over and this, that, and the third. And then finally said, can y'all leave me alone? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some sleep or whatever. And they finally left him alone. Now, you got to be careful about these so-say Pan-African that end up, subtly trending you to ancestral worship and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Other than that time, I forgot who was with him, but Yeshua got transfigured and they saw, who was that? Moses and Elijah, I believe. Ain't nobody I've ever heard of say, they went somewhere or they did something and Peter came to him in a dream. Normally it's an angel or something, right? Or John the Baptist or Elijah came to him or Jeremiah. Come on, folk. So, and then he was saying something about whereas though, the ancestors were speaking to him and this, that, and the third. So how come the ancestors ain't tell you who you really is, They left that part out from the great beyond. See what I'm talking about, man? That's why especially the educated bamboozler who makes these eloquent articulations. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dr. Giselle woman. She's somehow she's a relationship guru, right? But she ain't in a relationship. That's like me, again, being a mechanic. If I ain't got no shop, I ain't got no tools. How am I the very thing that I don't do? Wouldn't the relationship guru be like the 40, like my age, who's been married 15 years? And wouldn't they? Or the peacemaker, the queen, what's her name? The queen maker woman, who, I see her on the real life street stars. And then she would, saying men need to be controlled and men are, basically paraphrasing, men are destroying the earth. Then she hopped back on the jump the second time and talked about, now I understand what men talking about because women are crazy. These folk crazy, yo. But I remember one time I was at the job, right? So I'm having a conversation with the witchcraft woman, right? So mind you, we having a interpersonal conversation about the dating debacles of the staff with the clients, right? And they repeatedly do this, individuals repeatedly do this. So I'm like, yo, help me understand, woo, right? So she was now, she can't cast a love spell though, but she was kind of advocating for the staff, like they're the victim, right? When in reality, they're victimizing these vulnerable dudes, right? So I said, yo, you know what, yo? You know what? We're gonna bring this to your domain. You know what I'm saying? Because you not understand where I'm coming from, right? So I tell you what, we're gonna go in the witchcraft lounge, right? You're gonna rub on that crystal ball and you're gonna conjure up your grandparents. And then let's ask your grandparents from the great beyond if they approve of these women in here sleeping with drug addicts who got less than 60 days clean, yo. Oh, you're so insensitive. Let's do it. I want to hear what the demons say, yo, about this, yo. And I'm going to be in there, yo. This the one time I'm going to do it. I want to see what they say, yo. Because if they condone it, then I know it's from the left-hand side. And then if they don't, there your answer. Either way, I win. Okay, I go on about my business, go back to work. I try to help, yo. I tries to help, yo. It's crazy, yo. And speaking of helping, right? I think the last video I talked about my mans hit me up saying that his brother got unalived. And I'd have done it anyway. He ain't had, you know what I'm saying? So he had me, if I had like $15, I could cash at him so he get started door dashing. And then he'll pay me back in the night. So I'm like, all right, bet, cuz I got you. But like I said, I wasn't really tripping if you don't pay me back because I don't really remember people paying me back. Now, I do it, even if it take years, just to show my appreciation, and then I feel like I might bless you out of nowhere. You might not even want it back, but I'm going to still do it, though. Just out the love to it. And don't it say a wicked mind borrows but doesn't repay? So, me, I'm shamming with my other homeboy through the inbox and whatnot. We frying each other up. And the main man hop in the joint again. He inboxed me, of course. And then talking about, hey, cuz, I need you again. And then I'm like, and then it hit me with, I won't ask again. I know you ain't gonna ask again, come from the block. You that, man. Now, here's what it was now. How do you say, can I, woo-da-woo-da-whoop? Then I'd have been, I'd have woo-da-woo-da-whoop, right? But the fact, as a man, you say out your mouth you're gonna do something, and then you don't do it, then it tends to, for me, negate whatever you say when you say something to me. Because I didn't ask you to pay me back. That's what you said. And it ain't but 15 slugs. Ain't, you know what I'm saying? But now I think you use me, and my brain don't like the idea of being disrespected you. Now it'd been something totally different if he said, oh, well, here's what happened, or I did this and did that, and it sounds something like the truth. I probably wouldn't have did it, but I would respect him more. You know what I'm saying? And then, if it's for what you say it's for, you can make money anytime, especially up in the city. You know what I mean? But we ain't finna do that. So I blocked him. And I don't hear from you all the time. And here's my thing with this, right? With these so-say, quote-unquote friends or people I've known, wherever I know them from. Other than me, my man that I talk about on here drive the truck, my man from Baltimore, Blue Hundo. And that's about it. Now, a couple of them, we just sham on each other, and you know what I'm saying? But we all on our own individual campaign. Now, that's why I don't be talking on the phone like that. Because nobody is really, either one, giving me some information I can use. Two, I find I find them to be credible in running a situation past them. Or three, they talking about some stuff that's inspiring, like, you know what I'm saying, man, cuz my shawty left me, you know what I'm saying, this shit hurt, bro. You know what I mean? But I just kept, you know what I mean, I'm just trying to see if I can get this job. You know what I mean? I went to the gym, keep my mind off of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't never hear no talk of people actively in the fight. And granted, stuff happened to me. But I'm not in a position to punch or to get hit by life and not counter back. So now, even though I used to do it the vast majority of my life, since I've got this spiritual upgrade to my software, the stuff I used to do for 25 years, when I see somebody else doing they sad, I don't understand no more, even though I used to do it. And it's not because I think I'm better or I'm smarter, not like that. I just understand on the day in, day out basis, moment by moment basis, what it is to fight the good fight inside your mind. You know what I'm saying? Look, one time, I'll give you an example. Whereas though I was going to graduate from the rehab after about a year, right? And instead of going to work, I went to school, went to a couple different job trainings, because I feel like I got to upgrade my skill set. You know what I mean? Make me more viable or in society, whatever the case may be, right? And the stuff wasn't working out, not the way I had planned it. So, normally I go find somewhere to duck off to by myself, right? You know what I'm saying? So I said, yo, now I'm talking to myself, but I'm praying at the same time. I'm like, yo, I've done it. They say if you want to do something you've never done, you got to do something you ain't never did or something to that effect. So I'm like, yo, I done did everything different this time, right? But seemingly I'm getting the same result. So you got that negative, I guess it's considered an intrusive thought. So then, just because you have thoughts, you got to be careful for them not to influence your behavior. And it felt like that was the case, and that looked like it was the case. But I don't do nothing though. I just sit with the thought like, oh, failure, oh, see, it'll never change, But I'm just sitting there taking it. It's like, you sitting in the bar or something, and your homeboy just doing this here. You hear him, but you ain't really listening. You know what I'm saying? It's just talking. But the where the rubber meets the road is what you do in response to it. So the only thing I did was keep trying. What else I'm gonna do? Concede defeat? Which has happened in the past, but something happened to me spiritually this time. Like I said on here, I couldn't give up if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Because I know all about, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, it probably wouldn't work now, but just going out there trying to make something happen, filling out a bunch of applications, get denied. But it was building character, it was building resiliency. It was building the ability to do something do something contrary to the negative thought. And it still might not work, but it was working because I was winning the mental war in that particular aspect and component. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't feel the need for me as a quote unquote recovering addict, as I don't typically identify with that. I mean, yeah, that's something in my past, but I don't like label. Like, that don't define me. Any man be in Yeshua, here's a new creation. Behold, the former has passed away, all things are new. Like I talk about on here. You know what I'm saying? Just, to chart the journey, or if there's some spiritual, like, lesson or that I've learned in practicality or something like that. But I don't live in the past. That's just stuff I used to do. And when people bring it up, not that they do it so much now because I've blocked everybody or whatever the case may be, they can't shame me for something or make me feel ashamed of something I've already dealt with. Just back to the skip jump. That's shameful. That is shameful. But I've been shamed so much. You ain't got to worry about me doing those. Even if I had $1 zillion, I still wouldn't do no stuff like that. Because I don't want to. I still remember the shame. I remember the destitution. I remember the humiliation. You know what I'm talking about? No, sir. I will sit and do nothing. Didn't do that. And I know it ain't going to pan out right. It ain't meant to pan out right. We seeing now wickedness ain't even panning out right for the wicked, let alone if you actually trying to do right. I ain't got no business doing it. And I know better. It'd be different if I don't know no better. What they say is no temptation. I forgot. That's uncommon to man. Like, I could be tempted all day long. But what stops me from, one, I'm scared of my grace and mercy running out. Because I'm probably the grace and mercy king. 2, I know better. 3, it's really not in my heart to do that. That might just be some stuff play around in my mind. You know what I'm saying? In the carnality of the flesh or something like that. But I got enough spiritual sense and intellectual now not to do no stuff like that. And I don't feel like no real Negro. I wouldn't even know how to do that. Like, okay, let's say, I don't know. Let's say I seen the Joy Taylor woman in real life, and I'm up there, you know what I'm saying, in the pockets, right? I wouldn't even know how to approach that woman and even kick that conversation off. They gonna know I'm green as grass. That's like when I try to sell drugs. I seen my homeboy did it. I can't even do it right. Like the rest of the song, I mess around, be giving it away. You know what I'm saying? I can't even do it right. Oh, excuse me, man. How do I come? Well, I mean, I can't even part my. It's hard for me to explain it. I can't even part my lips to ask to buy some loving, yo. That don't make no sense to my brain, yo. The best things in life is supposed to be free. That, I mean, I guess so I do it, you know what I mean? But like, ain't no in my mind here, I go again, philosopher. It's a travesty the fact I got to pay for water. Like these people own the water. Segue me, please. I just seen the Daniel Pena man. He like one of them super duper investor dudes. I think he real big in real estate and whatnot. He said the best commodity or, is not Bitcoin or gold and all that. He said, you know what he said? He said all the Chinese and all the super rich people that he said they're buying water rights. They ready to turn this joint into a prison planet. Just like if you go into the social construct of prison, ain't no, that I know of, ain't no greenback floating around in there. So items and things the bars become money. Whoever own the water own the power because you need water to survive, to live, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, yeah. Like Mad Max. You know what I'm saying? They fighting over bottles of water and whatnot. 40,000 people fighting over one bottle of water, and that's like the most valuable thing on earth. You know what I'm saying? It's wild out here, Jack. I can't believe my mind. Yeah, but let me get segued into this, and there's nothing wrong with now. I might be a little more better in certain areas than the next brother, and vice versa. Like he might be better understanding finance than I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one, whatever the case may be. But if I deem something to be a necessity, something in my brain shifts. Like I'll give you an example. Like let's say you hungry. Because now your hunger has become a necessity, you become focused on completing that objective. because it's a necessity. You see what I'm saying? So my ability to cut people off has become a necessity. That's why I'm so great at it. And I don't see the value, not that I don't see the value in the human being, but I don't see the value in maintaining an attachment to something that's one-sided. Now, I ain't got no problem throwing an alley-oop, showing love, looking out, none of that, because I understand the struggle. I know how I feel. You see what I'm saying? But if I don't hear no overcoming, if I don't see any behavior that's not, in reference to codependency or, very seldom I hear people mess up and then own up to the mess up. Everything else is victimhood, somebody else's fault. I wouldn't be like, and I've done it. And then when I realized that, I said, oh no, that's not how I want to get down with the get down when I come around. Even if it's the actual case, I'm not owning no victimhood. I'm not finna do that, folk. That don't make me feel like no, you think that make me feel like a man Jody joke? You know what I'm saying? Like even now, I'm pretty sure people plot and scheme and monitor and all that. They're supposed to do that. But they ain't nothing I'm overly fixated on or whatever the case may be. That's just part of the terrain. Actually, they're actually there to make you better. Like you don't figure out how to fight or train to fight till you get hit. You know what I'm saying? That's actually what took the fear of fighting out of me. Outside of like the conscious part, like I ain't just going, like I've done it when I was younger, like just tee off on somebody. But then I felt bad, like, oh man, I just put my hands on that person. It'd be more like they messing with me or I get tired of it or something like that. But I think I was in like late elementary school. Once I figured out I could take a punch, oh man, you ain't finna do nothing now. Cause I know I can hold up. That's why I'm not overly leery of the economy falling apart or anything. Cause I'm well versed to be able to hold up in suffering. That's a skill. Technically, we talk about like breakthroughs, and a lot of time we're related to like maybe finance or influence, and those can be components of it. But then I was thinking the other night, I said I've gotten breakthroughs and not known them to be breakthroughs. A breakthrough of just knowing what to do with stuff that normally trip me up 1,000 times is a breakthrough. To be able to go through hardship gracefully without a whole bunch of crying and suffering is a breakthrough. You know what I'm saying? Because most people don't, especially not now, I don't know if it's whatever they spraying in the fug or whatever they put in the back. Look, we got, like, every time I hop on, so they got new bird flu. Somebody told me, some researcher came out and said, like earbuds give you meningitis. This is pestilence. Maybe that correlates into, Revelation where it talk about various pestilences and all that. Or like when the other demonstration was out that had the whole world on lockdown, all that. I ain't lose nothing there, better sleep. Well, if you don't put the mask on, you could get COVID. I ain't gonna get no COVID. How you know that? Because I said I ain't gonna get it. That's how I ain't gonna get it. And ain't got it. I guess there is power in work. Man, I ain't finna get that. I'm type brother. I don't participate, yo. I'm like Ben Simmons socially. You can't remember the last time I played a game. But I'm still on the bench. I'm still on the roster. I can't get a trade off the team because they owe me too much money, but I refuse to play. Now everybody talking about me. I don't care nothing about that. I'm not playing. I don't like the way the team being ran. That's why I ain't playing. Now I can contribute to the team right now. But until I see the leadership change or the direction of the team, I'm sitting this one out. Y'all missing out, not me. I'm chilling. I'm on the bench reading books and, talking to the fan and all that. You know what I mean? Pundits talking about me. I don't care nothing about none of them. You know what I'm saying? You can't do what I do, so it don't make no difference. You know what I mean? Word up. But that's what I jumped around the mulberry bush a little bit. But and I noticed that, and maybe that's why he dealt with it. That's why maybe he allowed me to get betrayed and so on and so forth to bring me along the journey. Whereas soon, now everybody make mistakes. Don't think I'm some type of tyrant. You gotta be perfect around me. You just gotta be authentic and genuine. But if I perceive you're being disingenuous or your motives aren't pure and intentional, we're not finna have no conversation. We might have one, but the conversation gonna go like this. Yo, don't do that no more, yo. If you do it again, ain't nothing to talk about. Oh, you're wrong. No, I ain't. No, you just told me a story about how vexing things are to you because you can't break an attachment. I was thinking about this, right? here's the paradoxical part of this, right? It actually takes less effort to let go than it does to hold on to something, right? But the reason it's harder to do that is because of how you got it fixed up in your mind. I ain't got no problem leaving no. How you? I don't know. I'll just go pray to Most High. Not because I leave because I'm lazy. I'm leaving because it's either affecting my spirit or it's putting my principles that I hold in jeopardy, which is what makes me great outside of working for y'all. I'm not dimming my light for not knowing nothing. When I had to go through the darkness or the gambit of the darkness to obtain the reward of that thereof, that's valuable to me. Everything here, the value system is inverted. The scales are off. I find that valuable. But where I be's at, I don't see nobody else with it. Which is another disconnect with me as far as interpersonal. Now, granted, we all got our struggle, don't get me wrong. But after you come out the storm, you should be a little stronger. You shouldn't. The Most High's will is not for you to go through a storm and come out weaker, come out broken, come out a shell of your former version. The storm is actually to make you stronger, to set you up to be like a duck and water off your back when the next storm comes. Because just like we see here, because of the spiritual weather, some days are sunny, some days it rains, some days it's storm. You're supposed to be able to know what to do whatever it comes, outside of how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I still got love for the brother. I still lift him up for the Most High. But I like my peace and I don't like my brain being played with. So, you know what I'm saying? Negroes get wrote off every day, B. The key is to not write yourself off based on, and I've been through it in my early phase of my journey. I ain't had no support. I'm like, darn, yo, you would thought I was a dope thing. In my mind, look, I done showed mad love out here and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And dang, Joe, I done, broke bread before. I can't get 10 hours, get on the bus. You know what I'm saying? The people I protecting act like I'm a chump. When they done got the miles, had it not been for me stepping up, and here's another one. Here's another one. You know how they say, well, I word it like this. Let's stop putting out everybody far. Now, of course, you be led by the Spirit, right? Because typically, if you ain't anything like me, when you go through something, you got to go through that by yourself. But everybody come to you to put out their fire that they got some contributing factor in. Stop putting out everybody fire. Stop running everybody rescue. Because what'll happen is, from what I've seen, especially in this spiritual climate we in, and I've done it when I was younger, I put myself in bad situations, knowing my mama, my dad, or whoever gonna come get me out of it. So then it's kind of, so I'm negating the actual pain that should change my behavior based on the safety net of my parents. That's why I don't do certain stuff now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to mess with Bone Queasy because I've gone through so much pain with that. You ain't got to worry about me fooling with it. Not even tempted. I don't want no part of the pain. Why they say your arm's too short to box with God? Show you right. Show you right. Boy, he put them good Duke Nukem's on me. I ain't been the same since. He beat me down so love, folk. I said, man, I want to join your squad. It was that Nebuchadnezzar, I think, where he drove him crazy for like 7 years and he had to eat grass and all that. And when he snapped him out of it, he said, yeah, the God of Israel. Yeah, he that, yo. Word up. Everybody bow down to him. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm just trying to work out my my salvation with fear and trauma, because that's serious business. You know what I mean? That's why I keep it real on the battlefield. You ain't got to worry about me bamboozling. And I tell my daughter that if you want to know the truth, if you don't want to know the truth, don't ask me. Not that I'm trying to be mean or it's my daughter, so it's a little different. I try to not cater to her feeling, but protect her mind based on how I perceive she's able to handle certain stuff. But don't ask me the truth and expect me to lie to you. I'm going to give it to you because I actually love you, I actually care you. Everybody else want to lie to you and tell you what you want to hear to bamboo. Not Pappy. Not Papacito. No, I don't do that with nobody on earth. And my minds and them that I keep, don't do that with me. Granted, I'm in a position where I had to kind of become my own. I did and this might hinder me moving forward, like as far as like dating or whatever you want to call that, because I've had to be my own CEO. I've had to be my own counselor, through the Spirit of the Most High, right? I've had to be my own advocate. I had to be my own bodyguard. I've had to be, my own teacher to a degree through YouTube and stuff like that, right? To where it'd be hard for people to actually like, and any, relationship attachment should be mutually beneficial. I might give you potatoes, you give me onions. You know what I'm saying? But I've been on this self-sufficiency kick, spiritually, mentally, so on and so forth. I be kind of leery of letting people in because what they're bringing and offering, I can already do for myself. You know what I'm saying? Or I've already had to do that for myself. So what could they possibly offer to mine who don't need nothing? I guess he just got to, make me open. Because I don't want, and I've talked about this here after the New Year, where you might be in a certain space of, like, say, isolation, and it's kept you safe, it's kept you at peace. But as we step into a new spiritual season, we do need to be more open-minded to receiving. Because, you know what I'm saying, you can only be isolated for so long. Oh, made me think of something, right? So look right where I'm going to leave on this note, right? So I had somebody email me about helping me with my YouTube channel, right? And it looked professional and all that, right? It was like a little Indian man. He got the suit on, the whoop was professionally read. I'm like, all right. So I was like, all right, we'll do the Zoom jump on whatever day he agreed to. But I think it snowed or something happened, and I ended up sleeping through it. But normally I keep my appointments, right? So I'm like, well, maybe that means I ain't supposed to fool with the man or whatever. So then I emailed him back. We set a new day and time, so I clicked on the old link, but it still had the first date and time on that jump. So then I clicks out the jump, I email him back. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I was logged in, I ain't see you, woo, right? So then then he sent me a new link with the current day and time. Yo, folk, I clicks on that jump, right? Now, mine's an Indian man, right? So, I clicks on the jump, so I'm waiting for him to pop up, yo. Cuz pop up, yo. Now, it looked like him, but, it looked like folk was in a cave. It's an Indian man, I'm assuming. It looked like this man was in a cave. It looked like he had the Palestine flag, like, in the backdrop and all his head. Like he had one of them Osama bin Laden Wi-Fi hookups. So I said, oh, no, I'm doing like this. He like, hey, how you doing? I ain't saying nothing. I'm trying to lead a meeting jump on him. Man, I couldn't click out fast enough. I said, oh, no, we're not doing this. He mess around, view my content or something, and be affiliated with one of them terror organizations that's actually funded by the government. And then we get to talking about my channel. He's like, oh, yeah, I don't like Babylon either. And do one of them baiting tactics. He said, man, yeah, me, myself, I can help fund this, that, and the third. But he actually working for the federalists because they know I'm supposed to be part of the resistance. No, we ain't doing that, folks. That junk looked crazy. I clicked out that junk, man, and, man, I blocked them and all that from my email. Man, no. And here's another thing, Yeah, we can do business, but if the business don't look right or the person, that's like me, like if Rock Nation, let's say my YouTube channel blow up, right? And then Rock Nation reach out to me with $1 million debt, I'm going to turn it down because I don't want to be affiliated with Rock Nation. Damn the money. All money ain't good money. And I don't want to make money attached to that, knowing what I know about that debt. No, man. I don't even want to be attached to folk like that, Like I got my own kind of business mind. I don't want to do business with nobody, for the most part. Personally speaking, I don't want to do person-to-person business with somebody I don't respect personally. You know what I'm saying? Because then next thing you know, just like we be back on Fox News, come to find out he human trafficking or something. And then I'm his business partner. They ask me, what you know? I don't know nothing. What you mean you don't know? And then there that go. Now I'm acting like Jay-Z. I only fool with Diddy. I don't fool with Diddy. You know what I mean? But then we got 17 pictures together where we toasting it up and doing all this head. No, man, we ain't finna do that, Not at all, folks. But I forgot about, man, act like he was in a cave. I'm like, I was thinking about who was that Bama, He had the terror Palestine flag in the back. It literally looked like a cave. It looked like he had a wood table, like he was in some CIA blacklisted site. You know what I mean? Calling the kid in the country. No. You ain't gonna be able to do it, folks. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna hop up off this jump, man. Hopefully I was able to be a little humorous to y'all. Share some insight and wisdom on the spiritual tip. And on that note, I'm gonna holler at y'all. One love, baby. Ooh, ah. And always remember, cover your six, because it's real in the battlefield.